In this video, I'm going to show you how to take care of your hands so you never have to worry about them ripping again. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Monroe and I make videos here on YouTube helping you with CrossFit and weightlifting. In this video, I'll show you how to take care of your hands before the workout so you can stay up on the pull-up bar longer. I'll show you how to protect your hands from rips and tears, and if you do happen to rip, I'll show you a couple of tricks on how to heal your hands really fast. Now, before we get into all that, remember, this is just the way I take care of my hands. You're gonna have to find what's gonna work for you in the long run. But if you wanna try any of the products that I talk about in this video, I'll leave links in the description down below so you can go ahead and check that out. So let's get right into it. And the best way to make sure that you don't rip during a workout is to make sure that your callus is well kept. Callus is an area of thickened skin that forms as a response to repeated friction, pressure, or other irritation. So if you're new to working on a pull-up bar, just know that it's going to take a few weeks to maybe even a few months of that repeated friction to build up that first layer of callus. You can maintain callus in a few ways, which I'll show you in a second, but the main idea is that we want the callus to be a thin protective layer. We don't want to have high peaks building up on your hands. Now, the more callus you have built up on your hands, the more likely those peaks are going to start to pull a little bit, start to blister, and then eventually tear on the pull-up bar. When it comes to daily maintenance, I would recommend washing your hands frequently and keeping them clean. Although I'm not huge into moisturizers and creams, one thing I would recommend for daily use would be something like this wad welder balm. It's all natural ingredients. It's made with beeswax, lanolin, and some other essential oils. And it's just a great thing you can throw on your hands pretty easy to keep the callus in good condition. Personally, I feel like a drier environment helps build callus a little bit better, but that could just be me. I'll show you in a second how to shave your hands and maintain your callus, but when we're thinking about building callus, we want to make sure that we're gripping onto the pull-up bar in the right way. What I always tell my athletes is make sure that your pinky knuckle is on top of the pull-up bar. That'll not only help your technique on pull-ups, but it'll also help you develop callus in the right part of your hand. The worst thing is developing callus in these fingertips, because when those rip, it's really painful. You can of course use grips to help protect your hands on the pull-up bar, but you still need to keep your knuckle on top and get out of your fingertips as much as possible. This video is not about gymnastics grips, that's for another time, but my two recommendations would be Bare Complex or my personal favorite, which is Victory Grips. Okay, so shaving and maintaining your callus. Kind of a gross topic, but really important. Step one to shaving callus is making sure that you have the right environment for your hands. Having your hands really dry will make it so that the blade doesn't have to fight as much, which brings me to my next point. Make sure you use a sharp blade. Now, what I like to do is I like to take my hand and bend all my fingers back, make it as taut as possible. That way you can see where all the peaks that we need to take down are. Next, I work from the finger down to the palm with very light pressure, brushing back and forth. You can work your way down your hand and even into any other areas that have excess buildup. After you take down the high peaks, you can come through with something like an emery board or a pumice stone, or if you want to get really fancy, you can use one of these sandbars. This is a cool tool because it's in the shape of a pull-up bar, and it can kind of help train those calluses to go in the right way. One other thing I forgot to mention about shaving is really make sure not to dig divots in your hand. You don't want to push down too hard. You really just want to let the blade do the work. As far as frequency for shaving, I would say it depends on the volume of work that you're doing on the pull-up bar, but typically I'd shave no more than once a week. Okay, so let's say your hand's ripped, which can happen with or without gymnastics grips. You want to take care of those hands, but you want to get back to training as soon as you can. So how do you heal them, and how do you heal them fast? Now, let me just say this for anyone who is wondering, it's okay to stop your workout if your hands rip open. Now, if it's just a little pull or you start to see a blister, then don't pop it, whatever you do. The fluid underneath that blister is what will help regenerate your skin faster, and it'll help heal faster. If your hand tears all the way open in the middle of a workout, you're gonna need to take care of that and heal it, and your workout's probably over. Ideally, you give it a day or two before hopping back up on the pull-up bar, and you treat those wounds. I've seen all sorts of different stuff: lip balm, A&D, Vaseline. I've seen people put super glue in their rips, new skin. There's a bunch of different things out there. But my personal favorite, and what I've seen really works, is bag balm. This stuff is great. It was originally formulated in Vermont for healing cows' udders. It's kind of gross, I know, but this stuff really works. So if you've ripped your hands wide open, the best way to take care of them is first to use cuticle nippers to remove all of the skin that isn't still attached. After that, make sure to clean the wound well with antibacterial soap and hot water. Just before bed, what you can do is take a medium-sized glob of this stuff and basically fill the hole where that rip is. Now, this stuff is kind of gross. It smells very strong, and I wouldn't recommend getting it on your sheets. So typically when I put it on my hands, I just leave my hand out of my sheets and try not to touch my bed as much as possible. Now the next morning when you wake up, you'll notice that your hands are well on the way to being better healed and that they're not as sensitive to the touch. After using this stuff with a bad rip, you'll probably be able to hold on to a barbell pretty well the next day, but I'd still give it a day or two before we really start to add more of that friction in with the pull-up bar. Now that's it. I hope you have a better understanding of how to take care of your hands so that you can stay up on the pull-up bar longer and train those gymnastic skills more frequently. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos helping you with CrossFit and weightlifting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.